The greatest debate known to my generation is picking a side on the iPhone versus Android war. We were born into an era when technology was advancing in the phone industry. Our first phone started off as a flip phone, and after a matter of time, touchscreens were developed. As phones got smarter and technology advanced, the question was no longer flip phone versus touchscreen, it became iPhone versus Android. Both phones have been around for a long time and have developed in their own way. According to Adam Ismail on iPhone versus Android, which is better for you, he states that both have amassed comprehensive feature sets, and there's little one can do that the other can't. However, Adam says, each has its advantages and there are reasons you might want to choose one over the other. Today I'd like to inform you about the highlights of each phone, including hardware, operating systems, battery life, and the price of each phone, and get a step closer in discovering which one is better. Let's start out by looking at the iPhone. Sam Castillo states in his article, Is Android or iPhone the better smartphone?, that hardware is the first place where the difference between the iPhone and Android becomes clear. He says that when choosing an iPhone, all you must pick is a model because Apple is the only company to make iPhone, so it has extremely tight control over the software and hardware that work together. So if you're like me and have a hard time choosing, iPhone is probably the better choice for you. Another highlight about the iPhone is that they keep all of their model iPhones up to date with the iOS upgrades. So their operating systems are always up to date with the newest model. I appreciate this feature because I can keep my model iPhone but have the same updates as the latest releases. According to Sam, most recent models of the iPhone can go days without being charged. Unfortunately, with the new iOS operating systems, the updates tend to cut battery life, which hasn't been too bad in my experience. I can go a full day with my phone and not have to charge it until the end of the night. Finally are the prices of the iPhone. The most recent release of the iPhone is the iPhone 11 that costs $700 for the standard version, according to Adam Ismail. Adam also points out in his article that the iPhone 8 was released 2 years ago but is still sold at a retail price of $449 today. The prices are high, but what is great about the iPhone is that if you can stay with your current model for a very long time, so in the end you can save a lot if you don't absolutely need the newest version of the iPhone. Now let's take a look at what Android has to offer in these categories. When it comes to hardware, Android can be a little more complicated than iPhone. Sam Castillo states that Google offers the Android software to Samsung, HTC, LG, and Motorola. Therefore, you have many different brands and models to choose from. If you like having a variety of choices, Android is probably going to be the best pick for you. When looking at operating systems, it is pretty much a waiting game when it comes to Android. Sam states in his article that some Android makers are slow at updating their phones to the latest version of the Android OS version, and sometimes don't update their phones at all. Now looking at the battery life of the Android phones, Sam states that some offer ultra-high capacity batteries, so if you're always on the go or forget to bring your charger with you, Android is the best option so you'll never have to worry about your battery dying on you. Lastly is the price of the Android. Adam Ismail states in his article that since so many companies build Android handsets, they're available at every price range. Android offers super cheap phones that fall under the 3-digit mark, but also offer phones exceeding the $1,000 mark. So no matter your budget, there are higher chances of you finding a phone within your price range. In the end, both phones have their quality feature. I believe it depends on the user and what they value in their phone. Whether it's focusing on hardware of the phone, operating systems, having a battery that you can depend on, or your preferred price range. No matter what choice you go with, you'll be getting a great quality smartphone.
Thank you, and then just show